So welcome back guys and welcome to my new video. Today we are going to learn about a new concept, a new style of numbers, new type of numbers basically, which are integers. And in this video we will basically talk about the concept of integers. It is just an extension of the number system which you have learned so far. Okay. And before we move ahead, let's quickly recap what was it that we learned in the last uh, video. So we learned about quadrilaterals. If you remember, we were talking about geometric shapes, and under geometric shapes we talked about quadrilaterals and different type of quadrilaterals, and we also talked about different 3D shapes, and we tried to create some of these shapes and also pick up example from real life to understand that these are the objects which are representative of some of these shapes which you see here. Today I am going to keep it very simple. I'm going to talk about what are integers, what is the concept of an integer, and why integers were made or created. What was the need to create integers. Like, we had whole numbers which basically is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Then what was the need to extend the number system and add another set of numbers and together along with the whole numbers, which we will call integers. So I think that's important. So if you remember, so far this is what we have learned. We have learned that this is a number system that starts at 0, then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it will go on till infinity. You can add any number and it will continue to go on. Yeah. Basically, integer is an opposite extension of the number system. Okay, so for example, what if there were some numbers on this side of the number line as well? Yeah. Have you ever thought about it? That if there are numbers on this side, why are not there numbers on this side? So there are numbers on this side. I think the only thing is that the extension of the number system will be introduced to you as a student at a slower pace. First, a part of the number system will be introduced, then it will be extended to add another part. And the only reason why number systems are introduced in phases is because creating this new family of numbers, it solves mathematical problems. Yeah. And so you would be wondering, what mathematical, why create more numbers, was it not enough? So for example, if I asked you to subtract 3 from 6, you could do that, right? You will say that 6 minus 3 is 3. But if I were to ask you to do the opposite of it, which is 3 minus 6, you would not have been able to answer this. You would say that no, we cannot subtract 6 from 3 because 3 is a smaller number, and how can you take something away from a smaller number which is larger than the number itself, right? So that is what you would. Easy way of understanding it is that if you have 10 rupees, okay, and I ask you for 15 rupees, can you give me 15 rupees? No, you can't. But what you can do is that you can borrow 5 rupees from somebody, right? So, and then you can give me 15 rupees. So, what this 5 rupees that you have taken from someone, uh, it is a credit. It is like a udhar for you. It is negative of money which you have accumulated, right? But right now you are able to give this. So try and think of integers like the negative numbers on this side. We call them minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and it will go till infinity. Okay? So try to think of these numbers as being of opposite nature in terms of what numbers you studied here. Okay, so, and our fundamental principle will be same. Numbers will continue to increase in value from left to right. So the numbers which you will see on left side of 0, they are all in decreasing values, right? Which means minus 1 is greater than minus 2, minus 2 is greater than minus 3, minus 3 is greater than minus 4. Okay, so and the positive side of 0, so this side is called the positive side. Why? Because we just chose to call it positive. There is no reason for it. It is a concept that we created. We could have, so if some mathematician initially said that these are negative, then this would have become positive, right? So it is just about classification and naming it. And this side is negative. We could also argue that we could have placed the entire number from 0 to infinity on this side, like starting from 0 and going to left. Yes, we could have done that, and then this side would have become negative. But these are that's how number system was created, and these negative integers were introduced so that we could solve problems like 3 minus 6. Yeah. So 3 minus 6 will be nothing. See, the numeric difference will be 3 only, except that you will add a minus 3, right? You will add a minus 3. That is the only difference. And then there is no minus 3 in the system if we only consider numbers from 0 to infinity. Hence we created integers and we added negative integers so that mathematicians should be able to solve a problem like this. See, most of the numbers which have been created in the number system, new types of numbers, and I will talk about those numbers as we move ahead, it only was created to find solution to a problem which otherwise would not have been there. So your addition and your classic subtraction, etc., you could do it from 0 to something, but you could not have solved this problem, you could not have solved this problem, and that is why negative integers were created, so that we could also start solving problems of this nature. That's the only reason why the entire extension of number system has been done. And currently you see that there are numbers 0, 1. Obviously you would wonder that there are many numbers between 0 to 1, 1 to 2, similarly 0 to minus 1, minus 1 to minus 2. And yes, you are right, there are many such numbers, and we will talk about those numbers as we move ahead. Yeah, right now we will not talk about it. And I will tell you once again why those numbers were created. Those numbers were also created to solve a certain mathematical problems that without creating the concept of those numbers we were not able to solve. So in short, the entire number system is basically a tool, is a method that mathematicians created to solve the problems that otherwise they could not have solved. Without minus 3 you can never solve this problem. Hence a minus 3 was created and put on the number system. That's all. Yeah, it's very important to understand and learn this concept. Now let's talk about, generally when we talk about our number system, we say that this number is greater than that number. In the previous, we have already spoken about it. 0, 1, 2, let's call it 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Yeah, up to infinity. So like I said, any number on the number system which is on the left side is a small number, smaller number, and any number which is on a right side is a large number. Very simple. Do not get confused. Just lay the numbers on the number line, and if between two numbers, let's say a and b, okay, these two integers, if a is on the left of b, then a will be smaller than b. Simple. And b will be greater than a. That's it. You don't need to go beyond this. And then other way, and therefore a lot of content and teacher etc will tell you that negative numbers are opposite of positive numbers. So the larger the value of the number in positive, that is larger, but larger the value of negative number, that is a smaller number, and it can confuse you. Simple way is to see which is on the left. Minus 3 is on the left of minus 2, of minus 1, of 0. Therefore minus 3 is a smaller number, and automatically this will continue to go on. Therefore, the corollary to remember will be is that a larger valued, numeric valued negative integer will actually have a smaller value. But the real logic is that because our number system is constructed in such a fashion that we start, we have given more priority or higher values, we have assigned higher values to numbers which are on the left, because we continue to add, right? We continue to add 1 0 to we added 1 to 0, it became 1. We added 1 to 1, it became 2, right? Similarly, we will add 1 to minus 3, it will become minus 2. If we add 1 to minus 3, yeah, similarly to 0 to 1, right? The logic is same. We can also write it as 1 minus 3, correct? And then it will become minus 2, because right now we learned that if we have to do 3 minus 6, basically the numeric value will be the same, except because 3 is smaller, we will attach a negative sign. Similarly, it will be minus 2, and you see this is minus 2. So that is what it actually means. When we are adding 1, we are just moving one number ahead. So now you can understand that when we subtract 1 minus 3, so for example 1 minus 3 is what? This is 1, okay? And then you have to subtract 3 numbers from it. So you go left. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. See which number you reach. You reach minus 2. So minus 2 is the answer. That's how you should understand subtraction of integers. Okay? So you will see that a lot of times many books will say that if you are subtracting negative integers with each other, okay, let's say minus a minus b, they will say that when you open the bracket, or if it is a a negative integer is subtracted, actually you plus it, and it can confuse you. See, you can remember it after learning the concept, and I will come to that. So yeah, so let's add integers and also subtract them. So let's get into that. I will take simple examples so that it stays simple but you can remember. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Again, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is minus 4. That should be good for our illustration. Now let's add integers, okay? And I will include negative integers because that's where the little bit of confusion is. You know how to add and subtract the positive integers. So before we move ahead, let's understand that any number which is 1 and larger numbers, they are positive integers, and minus 1 and these are negative integers. 0 is a neutral number. It is neither positive nor negative. So, and why 0 was created? Like I said, every system needs an equilibrium, needs an equal point, and mathematicians, they are big fans of symmetry. That's why 0 was created. We could have basically started 1 and minus 1 also, but some mathematician would have thought that let's create a 0. So we created a 0. It acts as a sort of a center point of the number system. Okay. So now let's add integers. Let's say if I have to add minus 4 plus minus 2. Okay. As simple as that. I am putting a bracket here so that you can see that my minus 2 is a separate integer. So this is minus 4 and I have to add minus 2 to it, right? So understand that okay, let me extend it a bit. It is minus 5 and this is minus 6. Cool. So the first number is minus 4. Minus 4 is where? It is here. Let's mark it in a different color. This is minus 4. I have to add minus 2 to it. Now what did we learn? We learned that whenever we move right, we are adding a positive number, okay? We are increasing the value, and whenever we are moving left, we are decreasing the value. So here the integer under question is negative or positive? It it is negative, right? Minus 2. And we have to add to this. So instead of counting towards the right side, we will count towards the left side. Why? Because we are adding minus 2 to it. If we were to add minus 4 plus 2, right, then we would add 1 and 1, right? Whenever we are adding, we are moving to right, and whenever we are subtracting, or sorry, whenever we are adding a negative integer, then we will move to left. Which basically means that whenever you are adding a negative integer, you are essentially subtracting. That's the understanding. And hence, when you open a negative integer with a plus sign, you essentially do minus. So you will see a lot of it. If it is plus minus, then it becomes minus. If it is minus plus, then it becomes minus. In books you will see like this, and it can sometimes, like, it just becomes a memory tool and it could confuse you. So don't get confused. Understand that why it is minus. So it is minus 4, and then we have to add minus 2. So if we have to add minus 2, then we have to go towards left. So this is minus 1 and this is minus 2. So the number is minus 6, and therefore it is minus 4. Hence it is, the rule was created that if it is a plus and a minus, then you do minus. Minus 4 minus 2, you just go by normal numeric this thing, it becomes minus 6. Okay. Now let's say minus 4 plus 2, which essentially is 2 minus 4, right? And we will do both. If it is 2 minus 4, which means this is 2 and we have to subtract 4 from it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our result is what? Minus 2. Now let's do this way. Minus 4 plus 2. This is minus 4. We have to add 2. So we will go towards right. 1, 2. So see, the result is the same. We basically are counting. Because it was 2 minus 4, we counted in the, we have to minus 4 from 2. So we counted in the opposite direction, right? And here it was minus 4 and we had to add 2. So we counted in the right direction. Ultimately the result is the same. So that is the concept of adding or subtracting integers. Now let's do something which is which I, at least as a child, I used to be confused a lot about. Okay, let's do, let's say, a minus 3 and you have to subtract a minus 2 from that. Okay, we are subtracting one negative integer from another negative integer. So let me just remove some of these so that it is clear. Yeah. Okay, so this is minus 3. This is minus 3. And we have to subtract minus 2 from it. Okay. Now understand that whenever we are subtracting, if we were to add a negative integer, we were going where? We were going here, in this left direction. Now we are subtracting a negative integer. Okay. So what can you understand by subtracting a negative integer? It is almost like you took a loan from somebody, that is adding a negative integer. Now you are giving the loan back. So that means that you are adding that. Okay. So because we are subtracting negative, which means that actually we are not subtracting, we are adding. Okay, we are doing the opposite of the opposite. So let me explain again. If this were to be minus 3 plus minus 2, so we are basically adding a negative value to this, which means we are making it more negative. So we will go here, here, and the result here will be minus 5. Now here what we are going, what we are doing is that we have a negative integer, but we are subtracting, we are removing the negative value from it. When we are removing negative value, which means that we will go on the right side. When we are bringing more negative, then we will go to the left. and when we are taking away negative, which means that we are actually adding positive, so we will go in the right side. So we will count 1 and 2 and the answer will be -1. And therefore in books you will see that if there is a subtraction of negative integer, then the minus minus it becomes plus. So you will see this classic table which says that minus plus is minus, plus minus is minus, minus minus is plus, and plus plus obviously it will be plus. You will see this in the books, but the way to understand is actually this, is that when you take a minus and you minus it, you are actually adding. That is the concept. So, and therefore when you break it open, it becomes plus, and then -3 plus 2, -3 is this, and then plus 2, 1 plus 1 is -1. Other way of looking at is 2 minus 3, which will also be -1. So that's how we subtract integers. Now let me take another example and let me subtract a negative integer from a positive integer. Okay, so let me do a 4 minus -2. Okay, now once you have understood, then you can simply, what you can do is that you can simply open it with minus minus plus, it will become 6, right? But and right now just hold our horses and learn the concept properly. See, I'm a big fan of teaching concepts. If you learn the concepts, you will learn it for the rest of your life. Okay, so understand and think about it and learn the concept. It's very important. Now we are at 4. Okay, if we were to minus, if the question was 4 minus 2, what we would do, we would come back in this direction, because we are taking away value from 4, right? 4 minus 2, so 4, say we will jump to 3, and then from 3 say we will jump to 2. That will be the answer. We have reduced the value of 4, decreased the value of 4 by 2. Now it says that 4 minus -2, which means that you have to take away the negative value. You have to remove the negative value of 2, which means if you are removing negative value of 2, you are basically adding to the value of. If you have to remove the negative value of some negative value from 4, you actually are adding to it. If you are removing your loan, you are actually adding to your worth, right? When you are taking a loan, when you are taking a udhar, then you have money, but actually your wealth is reducing, right? Because there is some credit on your head. Here you are removing the credit, so -2 is a credit. Okay, so you are removing it, which means you are adding to your wealth, right? So from 4, 2 rupees were, like, you understand that concept is that from 4 you had 4 rupees, but out of which you actually, your actual worth was 2 rupees only. You had 2 rupees of your own, and 2 rupees, let's say, you had taken from your friend. Now when you give those 2 rupees to your friend, your 4 rupees will actually become 6 rupees, and you have removed that while keeping the 4 constant. Okay, so 4, if I have to remove negative value from 4, then I have to go in the positive direction, because I am removing negative value of 4. Okay, so I will go 1 and I will go 2 in the right direction, and the answer will be 6. So that's how. Other way of looking it will be, let's do another thing. Okay, this is one example. Let's subtract a positive number from a negative number also, negative integer. Let's say -1, we are subtracting 3. It is, right, a negative integer, and from that we are subtracting a positive integer. So this is -1, and we have to further make it negative. We have to subtract 3. So then we go in the left direction, 1 2 3. So -1 minus 3, okay, basically is -4. As simple as that. So that's how you should, in your head, you should visualize the addition and subtraction and not get confused. For your simplicity, now that I have given you the concept, you can remember this table. Plus, minus, it will be minus. Yeah, do the minus subtraction. Minus, plus, it will be minus. Plus, plus, it will be plus, and minus, minus, it will be minus. I will give you examples. 3 plus minus 2, it will be 3 minus 2, 1, because it is plus, it is minus, so plus minus equal to minus. Okay, minus, let's give another example. Okay. 3, let's lose this, otherwise we'll get confused. Yeah, okay, so here we are not writing plus, but actually it is plus. Okay, so it is minus plus, what will happen? 3 minus 2, 1. Okay, because it is minus, it is plus. So when we are, so for positive integers we don't write plus. Okay, it is assumed that it is plus. So it is 3, actually it is plus 3. This is also plus 3. These signs are for the where the actually action is happening. These signs are for them. Then we do 3 plus 3, so plus, and once again here plus. So understand that wherever the operation is happening, there you have to see. So plus is the sign of the original operation, and this plus, it basically signifies the sign of the integer that follows. So it becomes 3 plus 3 equal to 6. When we do minus 3 minus minus 2, it basically becomes minus 3 minus minus plus 2, which is 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. Once again, this minus is the sign of the operation, and this minus is the sign of the integer that follows. So don't get confused. This is the sign of operation. So operation, basically your plus, minus, multiplication, division, these are basic mathematical operations. And this is the sign of following integer. Okay, following integer means not the integer which is before the operation. So these are all before the operations, don't worry about them, worry about the one which comes after. So that is the way to learn and remember, and this is how you should learn it. But before that, I hope that you learned the concept is important, and then obviously I showed you why this is that. It's important to know the reason behind it. Right now, maybe obviously you can learn, what if you forget in the examinations, right? What if you get confused, if it is minus, plus minus is minus or plus, and therefore it's important to learn how things move on the integer number system line. Okay, now we will learn about a simple concept, additive inverse. Let's say there are two numbers n and m. When I add both n plus m, the result is 0. So both n and m, for each other, they are additive inverses. Simple way, you take any number, you change the sign of it, that number will be additive inverse. So for 3, additive inverse will be minus 3. For minus 4, additive inverse will be 4. Any number which you add to the previous number and the sum is 0, they are mutually additive inverse of each other. Simple. So it's fairly simple to understand. Any number here, let's say it is minus 5. If you have to make it 0 by adding something, what will you add? 1 minus 4, 1 minus 3, another 1 minus 2, another 1 minus 1. So how many jumps have we done? We have added 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth jump you see, we become 0, right? So 5 is the additive inverse of minus 5. Similarly, for 5, the additive inverse is minus 5, because when you add 5 plus minus 5, okay, which basically you are subtracting minus 5 from 5, it will be 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You see in the fifth jump on the left side, which basically is subtraction, we are getting a 0. So that's how we understand. I hope you enjoyed the video, because integer is a new concept. So spend some time on the numbers line and to visualize the numbers and to understand what they are. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. If you really did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people who you feel that actually need this. This is my email ID. If you have any questions, confusion, or a comment or a feedback, please write to me. Thanks once again for stopping by. See you in the next video.